Thank you.
This next call is a split call. I call Jo Luxton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to take a call on this, the third reading of the Maritime Crimes Amendment Bill. This bill was introduced to the House in May 2016 and received 151 submissions and heard oral evidence from 23 submitters. It's great to see so many people wanting to be involved and having a say with regard to the bill and engaging in the process. Initially, many were concerned with parts of the bill that related to offences regarding ships and terrorism. The bill was reported to the House on the 7th of December 2016 and then proceeded with some minor amendments and was then read a second time on the 16th of February. I must say that I find it concerning that our previous speaker, Mr O'Connor, is implying that we are wasting time with this bill. Well, I have to absolutely disagree with you there. It completely shows the previous government and their lack of priority around our safety clearly in these times that we face with terrorism getting ever closer to our own doorstep. But anyway, I am concerned that the previous government sat on this bill for so long, and given that its huge importance to our security, but now luckily we have a new government that is ready to get things moving along at a progressive pace, because we find we are now having to tidy up all the loose ends. We are a small island nation. By definition, we are surrounded by water on all sides and therefore susceptible to acts of terrorism. This bill will better protect New Zealand. When we look at the many different ways that terrorism is making its way into people's everyday lives, this piece of legislation is very timely, and whilst there haven't been too many incidents of maritime terrorism, we should in no way be complacent around this issue. We've seen bombs, mass shootings through vehicles being used as weapons of terrorism. So the amendments to this bill, or in this bill, are essential to bring this legislation up to date. Much of what is in the amendments really makes the bill clearer and more consolidated. By amending the Maritime Crimes Act 1999, it will enable us to implement obligations under 2 maritime counter-terrorism treaties: the Protocol of 2005 to the Rome Convention for the Suppression of Unlawful Acts against the Safety of Maritime Navigation, and the Protocol of 2005 to the Rome Protocol for the Suppression of Unlawful Acts against the safety of fixed platforms located on the continental shelf. But what does that really mean? It means that when there is suspicion that a vessel is suspected in involvement in the maritime terrorism activities, that we will have a regime for boarding that vessel. The amended Act now includes new offences such as using a ship or fixed platform to commit a serious offence, or a ship is used to transport illegally biological, chemical or nuclear weapons or materials. Transporting fugitives by ship is also included here. In short, this bill will make it an offence to use a ship or fixed platform for terror acts or in enabling terror acts. Clearly, we are facing ever-changing threats with the increasing volatility in terrorism in the world, and this Act will enable better protection to us and will ensure that our maritime security framework reflects best practice. Prior to this, the use of ships or fixed platforms for either enabling terrorist acts or committing terror acts had not been properly or adequately addressed. Many of the submitters were concerned that there could be a potential for peaceful protests or engaging in strikes, lockouts or other industrial action to be prosecuted as terrorists. It is certainly not the intention of this bill for this, so as a consequence, a new section 3B makes it clear that people can engage in this type of activity without the worry of prosecution. These types of activities by themselves are not considered a basis for criminal liability under the Act. It is pleasing to see that people's rights to peaceful protest has been protected and submitters have been listened to too. New Zealand's maritime safety framework must be consistent with international best practice, and this bill will help to achieve that. So I have pleasure in commending this bill to the House.
And my apologies to the member for ringing the bell at 2 minutes and not 1 minute. I call Tim van der Molen.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.